So there's an incredible story I've been checking out, Lewis, which is not really that incredible, but some people are a little bit disturbed by it, which is that 150 human-animal hybrids have been grown in UK labs, and embryos have been produced secretly for the past 3 years. These hybrids have been produced secretively by researchers looking into possible cures for a wide range of diseases, and the revelation came just a day after scientists warned of a nightmare Planet of the Apes type of scenario where work on human animal creations goes too far. What did you think when you saw this?
I didn't know what to think. I mean, was this done illegally? If it was done secretly, you have to assume it was done illegally.
As my understanding is that, well, so here's what it says. Figures seen by the Daily Mail show that 155 admixed embryos containing both human and animal genetic material have been created since the introduction of the 2008 Human Fertilization Embryology Act. So I believe that it is legal. And the creation of these hybrids, including an animal egg fertilized by human sperm, cybrids, in which a human nucleus is implanted into an animal cell, and chimeras, in which human cells are mixed with animal embryos, are all three are legal currently.
So they were just doing it in secret because of the taboo attached to it.
Yeah, I mean, that's my understanding. And you have to assume also, you know, this brings up an interesting topic, because just yesterday I was talking to someone about there are theories about artificial intelligence, and there's this kind of nightmare scenario where artificial intelligence turns against humans, it's evil, so on and so forth. But why? Why is that? Why would that be the default, and why is it really a realistic concern? And it's the same thing with something like this. Do we actually have reasons to think that the Planet of the Apes scenario is the most likely in the event that this research goes, quote, wrong? Or is that kind of silly? I don't know. You know, neither one of us are scientists. Some people I know think Lewis is a scientist, but he's actually not.
I'm not, no.
And I don't know. I'm actually hoping to have an expert on AI on the show, and we're going to talk about that, whether this fear of the iRobot kind of scenario, if artificial intelligence could have free will, so to speak, why are we to assume that it would be bad, or why is that the obvious fear?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fascinated by this, and I'd love to learn more about what they're doing and what they hope to cure or solve by doing it. But when I first read it, I just kind of had this weird feeling like, whoa, this is kind of creepy.
So I think it's because what you're visualizing is that a sheep gives birth to some kind of thing that is half sheep, half person, right? I mean, that's what you're envisioning.
Well, I mean, they didn't really let these embryos develop, right?
Right.
But what if they had?
I don't know. I don't know actually what would happen. Well, it's very possible that some of these wouldn't actually, they couldn't possibly develop as an actual viable human being. I don't know.
And maybe they just want to see what happens to the cells when they're put in a situation like this.
And we also don't know that these are 50-50 mixes. In other words, we could be talking about something that is 99.9% whatever and 0.1% something else, and the only differences would be at the genetic level. That's also possible. Mm-hmm. The issue is, you know, that we're going to see in the U.S., we have so much opposition to any of this type of research. And, I mean, then there's the whole other aspect we even see opposition to. Well, if you could decide the gender of your kid, would you want to do that? Well, what if you could decide the eye color of your kid? Well, how far would it be acceptable before it goes beyond any kind of ethical boundaries? Some people would say any involvement goes beyond ethical boundaries.
Have you seen the movie Gattaca?
I haven't.
Oh, you got to see that. It touches on what you just said. Really good stuff. I highly
Lewis,
recommend it.
If you were to decide to have a kid, or maybe not even decide, but have one anyway without wanting one, would you want to be able to pick certain characteristics?
Yeah, I think I would.
Really? What would you want to be able to pick?
I would want a boy.
You would go in and say, I want a male child.
I would say, hey, if possible, yeah, I would like a male child.
What else? I mean, eye color, hair color, height, propensity to play Warcraft or lift weights, anything like that.
I wouldn't care about things like eye color, hair color. I mean, if you could prevent, you know, diseases or make the child less likely to get them,
right,
things like that, of course I'd be all for that.
Interesting. Well, but would God want that?
I don't really care.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, there's Lewis. Kind of a little bit of insight into Lewis as a dad. A scary thought for many, but also for many young women, a very exciting possibility, I think.
I don't know. Maybe.
No women I know, but certainly they must be out there,
Whoa.
right?
Sure.